Do you have state testing coming up and are trying to find fun games to play with your students that are actually fun and engaging? If that's you, keep watching because I have three awesome ideas for you. If you are new around here, my name is Kathy Martin and I help 6th, 7th, 8th grade and Algebra 1 math teachers experience more aha moments in the classroom, all while saving time and money with their lesson planning and resources. Okay, so let's dive into those test prep games. Game number one. First is probably my ultimate favorite, and it is a game called Grudge Ball. If you need, all you need is a Nerf basket or really just any type of basket that you can get on the cheap. I got mine on at Target for $20. A soft, very key here is a soft Nerf basket and questions to ask. Again, I got my Nerf basket and my Nerf ball as a set at Target. Break your class into teams, usually 3 to 5, depending on how big your class is. Each team starts off with 10 lives. Decide on which team is going to go first. So I usually put 10 X's on my whiteboard to represent 10 lives for each team. We're going to decide on which team goes first. And then I'm going to start with my first question. So I'm going to read the question for that team. So team number, let's just say team number 1 is the team that's going first, but all other teams also must be paying attention and ready to, doing the math problem because they need to be ready to answer. So no one is just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. And all the other teams need to be ready because in case team number 1 gets the answer wrong, the next team needs to be ready to steal. If they are not ready, we move on. Like they've lost their chance. If team number 1 gets it right, they can remove 1 life from another team. Also, one person, can be the same person or a different person, can come up and attempt to shoot the ball into the basket. If they score, they can remove another life from another team or the same team. If they miss, nothing happens and the next question is read. I have a full video explaining Grudge Ball that I can link in the description below in case you need something a little bit more in depth. So I know I explained that pretty quickly. So check out the Grudge Ball video that I will link in the description box below if you need a little bit more. Okay, game number 2 is to play Review Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy because it's literally, you can literally tailor it to whatever you like. I have a Jeopardy template that I use, so I just change the different categories at the top. So one week I can have everything all about integers. The next week I can switch it up and do, distributive property along with equations, along with graphing, whatever I want. It can be all about math, or you can do what I do and add in some extra fun activities like candy brands or rappers, right? Like rappers as in like hip hop rappers, right? So it's like I can do integers, candy brands, one-step equations, and then have the rest of my categories be math, and then have candy brands as just as something for fun. The kids love it. It is active, it is engaging, and if you are able to, definitely try to include like a small little prize at the end. This can be something so simple like candy or stickers or even just like a stamp on a paper. Kids love that. And then finally, number 3 is to play a game called Justify It. I love this game, especially for test prep, because it's super, super easy to do. All you do is set up your classroom and your 4 walls as A, B, C, and D. So there's 4 answer choices. You got 4 walls. Determine what's A, B, C, or D. You could even label A, B, C, and D if you want to. Choose multiple choice test prep questions to read. This can come directly from sample tests or ones that you've made up. Wherever you get your questions, just make sure that they are multiple choice. I like to show each question underneath my document camera. I will read each question, but I like to also show it because, like, I know sometimes I know I am someone that likes to visually see and read it versus just listen. So I'll put each question under my document camera so everyone can see it. I will read it, and then students have to decide their answer. So once they've kind of worked out the work, they're going to decide, is the answer A, B, C, or D? And they're going to go stand by their answer choice. At this point, you can then pick a student or a couple students. I usually pick 2 to 3 students, depending on the depth of the question, to justify their answer. Tell me, why did you pick A? They can, explain their thinking, let me know. And this is so powerful because other students can then hear their thinking. I like to also ask, if there are students standing at different letters, ask a couple students, why did you pick B? I also give students an opportunity to change their mind. After hearing some of the justifications on some of these, maybe they've realized, oh, I made a silly mistake. And oh, yes, I realized I added instead of subtracted, and that's how I got this answer. So now I want to move over to A instead of B. It's such a powerful game because, again, students hear other students thinking, and that is way more powerful than me as a teacher explaining or telling the kids why it is, why the answer is. If they can hear it from each other, just the learning is greater. So if you want more, be sure to snag. If you want more test prep strategies, be sure to snag your free ticket to the Test Prep Success Summit. Click the link below. I cannot wait to have you join us for this epic virtual conference where you're going to get free PD hours and be more prepared than ever for your state testing.